Hello and welcome back to Module 3, Lesson 3. In this lesson, we will look at strategy and planning. What are its major principles, methods, and tools? At any stage, feel free to pause the video to take notes, rewind to hear information again, or stop the video to complete your learning activity. Let's begin. In this module, we will cover 4 topics, each of which have been designed to guide you along the first steps of setting up your social enterprise. 3 of the topics will focus on the main framework of strategy, its main elements, mission, vision, principles, values, aims, and tasks. And the 4th topic of this lesson will focus on tools and resources that can be used in strategic planning. The first and major element of each strategy is your mission and vision. The very first element in the strategy is your mission. Why does your social enterprise exist? What idea or project does it entail? And what is your statement of purpose to your future clients and your employees about your mission on this planet? Your mission is one of the elements that won't change much in the strategy over time. The second is your vision. It's kind of subordinated one step below, and it is a long-term picture of your vision. It answers the question of who or what will you be in the long run. The long run again is conditional, depending on your project. Usually it's long-term, 10 to 20 years, where you answer the question, who will you be? What do you want your project to be? It's important in the formulation of these 2 elements to brainstorm. You really need to get to the root of your major elements of strategy, your mission and your vision. When formulating your mission and vision, you must apply a realistic approach. What helps to formulate your mission and vision is the articulation of what the problem is and what the prospective value added is that you will provide for this problem. Later, you should be able to connect your mission and vision to your key performance indicators, or KPIs, and address whether there is a demand for your product. What could be the demand if the service is new? Who is the target audience? Who are your competitors and possible partners? And looking at the financial feasibility, you will need to ask yourself, will the added social value be feasible to achieve your financial resources? In addition, you'll need to identify other resources that you will add to the strategy in later stages, like people, work, and time. These should also reflect the ability to fulfill your mission and reach your vision. The next element in strategy development should be your principles and values. Values are the truth that you choose to stand by no matter what. What unites people with your company and outside of it? What you have in common? What do you value and what is of value to you? Values will keep you strong in fulfilling your mission and achieving your vision. The outer reflects the inner. What you value in others should also be included as values in your strategy. The principles is your way of working, the guiding attitudes and beliefs towards the vision, values, and principles over time may slightly change along with the circumstances, but not fundamentally. These are still at the center of how you are fulfilling your mission and achieving your vision. Now, more tactical elements of your strategy are the aims or objectives and tasks. Aims and tasks are very practical tactical elements of strategy. Along with the uninterrupted development, these will also change from time to time according to growth or fulfillment of these tasks and aims. The aims, which sometimes can be called objectives or goals, are what you define as what you want to achieve. In most cases, there are several aims, and usually you can categorize them into 3 levels over a timescale: short-term goals, medium-term goals, and long-term goals. Short-term goals are usually between 0 to 1 year, mid-term goals between 1 to 3 years, and long-term goals between 5 to 10 years. The time frame for each can depend on your mission and vision. There is a useful tool that is called SMART goals that helps to formulate your goals efficiently. SMART is an acronym that stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time frame. Apply the SMART methods to formulate your goals and you will be able to measure them and follow their implementation. Tasks and key performance indicators are the next structural level in the strategy. Tasks are activities that you need to do in order to achieve your aims. You answer the question of how you are achieving these goals. Tracking your key performance indicators, or KPIs, is how you will know that the task is done, whether something has been achieved or a certain quantified result collected. This is dependent on your mission and vision, and on your social enterprise. The idea behind tasks and their KPIs is to answer the question, how will you know that the task has been fulfilled? And finally, what tools and resources can you use in order to develop your strategy? The tools and resources that you can use for development of your strategy are plentiful. It's important to understand that these tools and resources are supplementary to the previous tasks and other previous elements of the strategic framework that we look through. They will help you to formulate and phrase the vision, mission, goals, and tasks. One of the most used efficient tools for a new strategy development without much previous experience is a simple SWOT analysis. The SWOT analysis requires you to assess the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of your social enterprise venture. There is tables of 4 major blocks where you can actually write down each of the answers to your SWOT table. You look at what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what are your opportunities, and what are the threats to your business. This will help you to formulate the tasks, the goals, and the KPIs. For social enterprises, the PEST, or rather PESTLE analysis, would also be of particular interest. As we discussed in Lesson 1 and 2, social entrepreneurship is an integral partnership with the other major players such as the government, other businesses, and society. So analysing the political, economic, social, cultural, technological, environmental, and legal aspects of your social enterprise project will strengthen your strategic approach. As for a tactical visual approach for tools, and in this case also resources, I would suggest mapping, cascading, and business canvases, drawing the major elements of the strategy in the form of the major keywords and putting them in place in relation to one another. That will show you a bigger picture. It will help you to formulate the previously mentioned elements, and it will lead you to your competitive advantages in the market. And as for the resources, I would like to look at this in a slightly broader than just tools or instruments. The term resources implies to source from the search, to look for, and to do it repeatedly, to do it and use it again and again. I would invite you to view resources on a broader scale. The market is a resource. Your people are resources, including employees and clients. Competitors are also resources. Information about them is a resource. Consider the information sources and the information structure that is around you as a resource. Use the tools or methods like SWOT and PEST analysis to guide you to a strong formulation of the main strategic elements. For this exercise, I invite you to make your own strategy with its main elements: the mission, vision, principles, values, objectives, and tasks. Show how you tactically plan to implement your strategy and identify KPIs. How will you know that the tasks are completed and that the aims or impacts have been achieved? As I emphasized in the previous slide, it is very useful to visualize it graphically as the story of your strategy. Look for other examples. It's very easy to find strategies. This is something that all companies are proud of. The companies make them publicly available to let the world know who they are. Take the best practice examples, learn from them, and remember that it is the process of doing things. The results will change according to external circumstances, but the habit of continuous improvement is what has kept the strategy as a fundamental integral part of business development, despite all the other social economic changes that we have faced. Finally, to conclude this lesson, let's revise what we have discussed. We focused on the fundamental elements of the strategy, which are mission, vision, values, and principles. Then we looked at tactical elements, objectives, tasks, and key performance indicators. It's important to remember that they are always connected, one relates to another. And it's crucial to be able to always connect the tasks and KPIs, which are tactical elements of the aims that help you to see how you are achieving your vision that supports the mission of your strategy. Looking forward to seeing